Does Cobweb live up to its creepy expectations? Find out what we think next. Welcome, Misfits and Metalheads. We are back once again, and today we have a pretty good movie for you.
Oh yeah.
This one is called Cobweb, and it's currently streaming on Hulu. You can rent it a couple of other places, but if you have Hulu, just watch it on Hulu. They just got it as part of their Huluween package.
But if you
Starring,
did want to rent it, you could rent it on Amazon Prime, and you can also rent it on YouTube.
yeah, it's starring Homelander, Anthony Starr, good old
It's
Homelander.
also starring as the mom, because this is about a family. So it's a mom and dad and a little son. The mom, whose name is Carol, is played by Lizzie Kaplan, who you might recognize from Cloverfield. Boom.
I didn't recognize her at all,
Yeah. So
and I've seen Cloverfield. The
that's acting for
first
you.
one, second
Right?
one.
First one.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
Good job. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to check the trailer out for this movie because it's a really good. They really do a good job at keeping what this movie is truly about under wraps.
Yes.
It is.
And that's why I like it, and we're not going to tell you anything else about it. As far
Yeah.
as that
Even the
goes.
name of the movie doesn't quite get what's happening, and it's good because it's like swerve. I thought they were going right and they went left, and I'm like, ooh.
Yep.
Hold
So
on.
this family is composed of Carol, the mom, played by Lizzie Kaplan, as we said, Anthony Starr. Oh, I'm always excited to see this guy because this guy's just really an amazing actor. He's another Kiwi, another New Zealand actor.
I've loved him since I saw him in Banshee.
Yes,
I've loved
Banshee.
him
He was
since then.
incredible in Banshee, and if
Yeah.
you haven't seen Banshee, you absolutely should. But of course, what most people will probably recognize him right now is as Homelander from The Boys, which is on Amazon Prime Video. And if you have not seen The Boys, this is actually based off of one of my very favorite comic books by one of my very favorite comic book artists, and you should definitely watch it. It's about the dark side of superheroes. But anyway, I digress. He is one of the most badass characters in that show, and he is called Homelander in that show.
But back to Cobweb.
Back to Cowboy. Peter, the son, is quite troubled in their home. He seems to be plagued with nightmares. He's having issues getting picked on at school.
Oh, are they picking on
my
this
man?
kid?
My
He's
man
going
is
through
just
it.
going through it. He's going through
There's
it.
no peace at school. There's no peace at home.
Yeah, yeah.
Little man can't get a break.
Little man is getting bedraggled.
He's hearing
getting
noises
bedraggled.
at night. He's hearing knocks
Yeah.
on the wall. He's
Yeah.
hearing voices. Like, this kid is bugging out. He has nowhere to turn to. And of course, it's one of those, let me go and tell my parents. Oh, guess what? The parents aren't going to listen to him. They think he's a psycho.
Which is always the case, and that's one of those frustrating things in horror movies. Sometimes is that you're like, well, all right, I know how the story's gonna go because it's gonna be the same typical thing, blah blah blah.
Like cookie cutter. I see a thing,
the
nobody
kid sees
believes
stuff,
them, right?
Nobody wants to believe the kid, But as things progress, things get a little more sinister and a little bit more bizarre.
Yeah, they set some things up where it's like the stereotypical horror movie tropes, right?
Yes.
And you're like, of course, I've seen this a million times. I'm like, what's your take on it?
Mm-hmm.
And that's when some of the swerving left comes, when you think it's all going right. And they do a really good job. They line up all the pins like, oh, this is everything you think it's going to be. This is everything you know.
Yeah,
and then
well,
it's
you
like,
don't want to tell
whoa!
someone.
No, but I'm not going to say too much. I'm not saying too much. I'm just saying there's like several areas that this movie just swerves in a direction that you're not expecting it to. That's not the typical.
It's
so
true.
When you're watching it and you're like, oh, I've seen this. I can predict what's going to happen. Just stick with it. That's all I'm saying. Just stick with it. Don't assume you know the entire movie or like you're just like, this isn't going to be that great because I can guess it.
Yeah.
It's just not what you think. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, this is true.
You know?
This is true. Well, obviously things go progressively downhill for this poor family.
Yep.
And on the staff of the school, we got a bright new substitute teacher. Her name is the actress' name she has a really cool name, Cleopatra Coleman, and you might recognize her from quite a few other things. But regardless of that, she comes in and she's obviously the one that's like sympathetic towards this kid. and unknowingly puts him in more danger by progressing to get way more involved than she should, really.
I mean, you can't blame her.
You can't blame her.
If you're a teacher, then you
Yeah.
love some children and you
Yeah.
want their well-being. And if you think something's going on at home, you might cross the line and try to make sure that child is okay. Like,
Yep.
I get it. I get
Yep.
why and she was like a newer teacher,
Yeah,
so she had a
this is
really
true.
big bleeding heart and a real care for the children.
And this kid is obviously like just the punching bag of the school.
Yeah.
It's not good for him. So yeah, she progresses to get involved, and there's a lot of tension between her and the parents and stuff. We're just like, who the hell are you? Why are you at my house? And it's like, really, why are you at my house? Like, what the hell are you doing here?
Mm-hmm.
So you can understand where they're coming from. And obviously there's some kind of dark history that they have with Halloween, which is coming right up in the storyline. And as it gets closer and closer to Halloween, things are getting more and more tense in this household, and the weird occurrences are happening more and more often, as one would expect.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a real delight to see, to see how it goes. It's lit really, really, really well. I really like the way that they shot this movie. From each scene, you just feel like this little bit of dread. It's like they do some cool things with like the rays of light coming in, and just the lights and shadows are just, they're really nice.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed that.
This movie had me tense. I have to say, it had me tense. Like, I don't remember the point or how long it took to get me tense, but once I did get tense, it just stayed like that for the rest of the movie. I'm just like, oh, what, good job.
Yeah,
Good
it
job.
doesn't. Once the tension sets in, it just like slowly but surely gets cranked, and you're like, and you start to wonder what the hell is going on in this house, and why are these parents so secretive? What's up with Halloween? Why are they so tense? You know what I mean? Because he asked for like a simple thing. He just wants to go trick-or-treating with, the rest of the school kids and stuff, and try to have some semblance of normalcy, because he's just getting trashed at school. So anyway, all of these things are evident in the trailer. And, aside from the names, we haven't really revealed much. And we're not gonna, because that's not what we do here. We don't like to spoil stuff. So, anyway.
You're just gonna have to watch it. I think they did a very good job leaving some breadcrumbs and then not placing them in a place you thought they were going to be next.
Yes.
And it's like,
and I gotta say, kudos to Hulu, because so far of all of the streaming networks that we watch, Halloween movies on, spooky movies on for Halloween, the Halloween lineup is pretty freaking solid. I gotta say. It might be because it's more movies that I haven't personally seen. It's not that the other networks don't have good movies. No, it's just that I've seen them already.
I gotta say, I agree though, because it's not even just that, like, oh, I haven't seen them, because there's plenty of movies I haven't seen that I don't necessarily care to, that aren't high up on my list,
I can see that.
But it's the amount of quality movies or interesting movies, some of them may not be like the best horror movie you've ever seen, but they're so interesting, they're so unique that they're worth watching, and they stand out so much more than a lot of the other networks right now. I think they're getting some of the best batch of between acquiring movies and actually making, because they did make them. They made a couple, and some of them they're just acquiring and getting and releasing like every week or something like that.
True that.
Between the two, I think Hulu is getting the best batch this season so far from what I've seen.
So far. We're not done yet. There's still some more time, so we'll see what happens.
Other networks are getting stuff.
Now that we've got all of that out of the way, Thorn Black. This is Thorn Black, everybody, by the way. And I'm Roseblood, in case you haven't been here before. Maybe I should have said that at the beginning. Oops. We'll think about putting that closer to the front next time. Regardless, this is Thorn Black. The guitarist of Cut Like This. I am Roseblood. I am the singer of Cut Like This. In addition, I've also worked on the sets of a lot of really cool TV shows and films. As a background actor, as well as doing makeup occasionally and other cool things. So we love horror. We have always loved horror. We love horror so much that I've written albums of songs all about horror stuff. We do this because we love it, and we hope that you'll stick around and continue to enjoy our reviews and share your thoughts with us. So, that all being said, Thorn Black, what would you rate this film?
I'm gonna give this film a 4.5 chainsaws.
Ooh,
High up there. 4.5 is high up there. High up there.
Okay.
The tension was they grabbed me with that tension and it just held me there for a while. I'm like,
all right,
good
all right.
job.
Okay. Well, I would also like to give it 4 chainsaws as well. Well, it's not quite 4.5 like yours, but 4 chainsaws. 4 really, really solid chainsaws.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really enjoyed this movie. I love the swiggity swerve that they hit me with. I was like, oh shit. Wasn't expecting that. So, yeah, they were really creative. Great acting. A lot of tension. And you're like, oh man, you're really feeling for this poor kid.
Yeah.
Peter is really just getting put through the ringer. I knock off 1 star just because from the beginning, my man Peter is just getting... This little kid is just like, oh, like, you're just like, wow, like, just come on, please stand up for yourself. For crying out loud, kid. Stop letting these people push you around. But you kind of understand why. As things go by, it makes a lot more sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it was a little bit annoying because I'm just like, oh, you know.
Yeah, sometimes some of those scenes and things can
in
go
general,
on longer.
Yeah,
than,
they can go on a little longer than you want them to. You know what I mean? And it's just because, you know, it sucks to see somebody get unfairly.
But also, every movie or every story wants to set the tone.
Yeah,
and I guess they feel like the longer you're in this type of negative scene, the more the viewer will feel it. But also, these type of things have been done so often in just movies or shows or whatever. Somebody's been picked on or bullied, that it's like often, I feel like you don't necessarily need to spend as much time, because we've seen it. I get it. You can kind of speed along how bad this is and show me some more bad clips quicker than you are, and keep it moving a little bit better, because I get it. I got it. I don't need to wallow in misery with this kid, literally. Yeah. You know, just in stuff in general. But, you know. Yeah. To each his own.
You know, there were 1 or 2 little tiny story quibbles that keep it from me giving it a full 5 chainsaws. But
there is one decision that if they would have made, and I'm not going to say anything, but there's like, if they would have really, I know when I'm like, if they'd have gone right and they went left, but if they would have gone right at this one point, it'd have been a 5 for me. I'd have just been like, oh, grand slam. I'd have been like, oh, this is my movie, you know. But as it is, it was still fantastic, and I'm gonna just stick with my 4.5 because like it just grabbed hold of me, and just I was just like tense. I was in my chair, just like like for, you know, at least half of the movie. So good job. Yeah,
really good, really well done. Good job, Halloween. Really enjoying the film so far. Anyway,
I think that's about all from us today.
That is all. Please make sure.
Are cut like this. Please like and subscribe. Check our music out on Spotify and our music videos here on YouTube. We have a couple that we made ourselves. Well, all the videos are from us. The very last 2 we put together ourselves. I edited both of them. And please watch the Boogeyman, because you'll never guess who actually is the Boogeyman in our video.
You don't have to guess. It was me. It was me all along. It was me. But yes, we have super spooky music videos, so absolutely go check those out. This is the perfect time to listen to some spooky music. Speaking of spooky songs, why don't you check out a couple of our friends like the Toontones and their new song Wormhole. Super spooky, super fun, kind of doo-woppy, old school style, like horror punky, you know, goodness. You're gonna really dig those if you like a nice, cool, retro, rockabilly-ish kind of vibe to your spooky tunes. Aside from that, you can check out our friends the Mary Lou's, who are between New Jersey and New York all the time, and their sister band, the Destruct Principle. They are pretty insane live, so if you want to check out a really crazy show, those guys are super freaking fun and crazy and wild. And the Mary Lou's song Sick Porcelain is one of our absolute favorites. In addition to that, you can check out Dickie Devil and the Deviants, Horror Punks USA. They make really cool, fun, horror punky, Ramon style, you know, stuff, as well as having a show that has a lot of really cool, great acting from a whole bunch of our friends. So definitely want to go check that stuff out. And we'll catch you next time on the cutting room floor.